Hello, my heart-to-heart friends, and welcome back to the podcast, where we gather around to talk about love and relationships with an open heart, just like you would with your closest friend. For episode 3, we're going to dive into a topic that I believe hits close to home for so many of us, and I'll admit, it definitely hits close to home for me too. And that question is, why? Why do we keep attracting the same type of person into our lives again and again? Have you ever wondered about this? Why does everyone who comes along seem to have the same personality traits? The last person was inattentive, and this new one is just as inattentive. The one before that was a player, and this one has all the same red flags. Or maybe they're a good person, but they're incompatible with us in the exact same ways as the last one. It's a cycle that goes on until we're just exhausted and start asking ourselves, what is going on? Is my love life cursed to only ever meet this kind of person? Today, I want to invite you to decode this mystery with me. We're not going to talk about destiny or fate written in the stars. Instead, we're going to look deep inside our own hearts, into the psychology behind it, to understand that the magnet attracting these people to us might actually be us. And the good news is, whatever we understand this mechanism, we can actually recalibrate that magnet inside us to attract a relationship that is truly good and healthy for our hearts. All right, if you're ready, grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's have a heart-to-heart. Okay, friends, let's start with our first section. When we talk about repetitive relationship patterns, the source of it often has roots that go much deeper than we think. It's usually connected to familiarity and past experiences, especially from our childhood. It might sound a bit serious, but this isn't fiction. It's a psychological principle called attachment theory. To put it in simple, friendly terms, the type of relationship we had with our primary caregivers as children, whether it was our parents or grandparents, shapes our internal blueprint for love without us even realizing it. If we grew up in a warm, loving home, receiving consistent love and attention, we learn that love is safety and trust. We then find it easier to seek out and create healthy relationships like that. But if as a child we had to constantly fight for attention, or if we had to be extra good just to get a compliment, or if our parents were emotionally unpredictable, sometimes loving, sometimes distant, we might subconsciously learn that love is something you have to work hard for, or love is unstable. Now, as we grow up, our subconscious mind craves what is familiar. And listen to this, friends. It's not always what is good for us, but what is familiar. It's like going to the same restaurant and ordering the same dish because you know exactly what it will taste like. It's predictable. It feels safe. So if the kind of love we're familiar with is one where we have to chase someone, constantly prove our worth, or live with a sense of insecurity, our subconscious will then seek out people who can give us that same experience again. We might find ourselves falling for someone who is emotionally unavailable, or who doesn't seem to care much about us because deep down it's the same old script, and we already know how to play our part. There's another really interesting point here too, which is the attempt to fix the past, or what some call our unfinished business. Let's say you were disappointed by a father who never had time for you. When you grow up, you might attract a partner who is a workaholic and has no time for you, the exact same pattern. And your subconscious will work tirelessly to win this person over, to finally get them to pay attention to you. It's like trying to resolve that old wound from the past through your current relationship. Sadly, it usually ends the same way. So the very first step I want to invite you to take is to simply look back. Not to judge or blame anyone, but just to look with a sense of understanding and ask, what is the pattern of love I've always been familiar with? This could be the very first key to unlocking this puzzle. After looking back at the roots of our past, let's now turn the mirror to our present selves. Because another incredibly powerful factor that causes us to attract the same type of person is the beliefs and views we hold about ourselves. There's a classic quote that says, "We accept the love we think we deserve." And that statement is just so true, isn't it? Ask your heart, honestly, deep down, do you truly believe you are worthy of a good, healthy love? Do you believe you are lovable enough to be cared for without having to try so hard you become exhausted? Or do you have a hidden belief that good people don't really exist? Or a great love only happens in the movies. Or the most painful one is, I'm just not good enough for anyone. These beliefs are the lenses through which we see the world and our relationships. If we are wearing glasses that tell us we're not good enough, we will overlook the good people who come into our lives. We'll feel it's too good to be true, or that we don't deserve them. On the other hand, we will feel a click or a sense of chemistry with people who confirm our old beliefs, people who don't see our value, people who make us feel like we have to constantly strive. And besides our self-worth, there's another role we might accidentally be playing without realizing it, and that's the role of the fixer or the savior. Does this sound like any of you? You find yourself drawn to people with a lot of problems, people who seem broken or pitiable, and you think to yourself, I want to help them. I can heal them. My love will change them. Wanting to help others is a beautiful quality, but in the context of a relationship, if it becomes a repeating pattern, it might be because focusing on someone else's problems is easier than turning inward to face our own wounds. We use the act of fixing someone else to avoid having to fix ourselves. And in the end, we just end up tired and drained from trying to change another person, something we ultimately have no control over. So I encourage you to explore your own core beliefs. Maybe even write them down. What do you think about yourself? What do you believe about love? It might give you a much clearer picture of why your relationship jigsaw puzzle always seems to form the same image. All right, we've arrived at our final and most important section. After understanding where these patterns come from, both from our past and from our present, the question is, how do we get out of this cycle? How can we write a new script for our hearts? The great news is, you absolutely can. It might take some time and a bit of courage, but the result is so worth it, my friends. Let's look at it step by step. 1. Awareness and acceptance. The first step is what you're doing right now, listening to this podcast. This is the most wonderful starting point. Realizing, oh wow, I do have this pattern, is the most powerful step of all. Accept it without judging yourself. You don't need to feel bad or like you failed. Just accept that this is a pattern that has occurred and now you are ready to change it. 2. Heal your inner child. Once we know that some of our wounds come from the past, it's so important to go back and talk to our younger selves. Tell that little kid, you were so strong to get through that. You have always been worthy and lovable. I'm grown up now and I will take care of you. You can do this through journaling, meditation, or if you feel the wounds are deep, seeking help from a therapist is an incredibly powerful and wonderful tool. It is not strange or shameful at all. 3. Redefine your type. It's time to throw out that old checklist. Instead of looking for someone with a certain look, job, or lifestyle, let's shift our focus to feelings and values. Try writing a new list. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel in a relationship? Safe, heard, able to be myself, valued. What values are most important to me in a person? Honesty, kindness, mutual respect, has goals in life. This new list will become your new compass, guiding you towards someone who is truly right for your heart, not just someone who feels familiar. 4. Practice being with the unfamiliar. Whenever we start to change ourselves, we might meet good people, but our hearts will feel a bit strange. It might feel too smooth or a bit boring, or why are they so nice to me? What's the patch? This is an alarm from our old subconscious programming. Our job is to be aware of it and tell ourselves, this is what a healthy dynamic feels like. It might not be familiar yet, but it's good for my heart. Give yourself a chance to learn what love feels like in a new, healthier form. 5. Make self-love an action. Last but not least, loving yourself isn't just a nice phrase, it's an action. It's setting boundaries with people who disrespect you. It's learning to say no. It's spending time with yourself, doing things you love. It's taking care of your physical and mental health. The moment you start treating yourself with love and respect, you will never, ever allow anyone else to treat you worse than you treat yourself. And that's everything we had for our heart-to-heart chat today. Understanding why we attract the same type of person is a journey of getting to know ourselves on a much deeper level. It's not a curse. It's not bad luck. It's simply a pattern that we can learn from and, most importantly, that we can change. I want to leave you with this reminder. You deserve a love that makes you feel good about yourself, a love that helps you grow, a love that feels safe and warm. Please don't lose hope or get discouraged. This journey might not always be easy, but the destination is beautiful, I promise. I'm sending all my support to everyone out there who is trying to write a new love story for themselves. You are definitely not alone on this path. That's all the time we have for Heart to Heart today. Join me again for our next episode to see what we'll talk about next. Until then, take good care of your heart. Goodbye.